We're under 2 weeks until National Signing Day, but the fireworks are starting early for LSU. The Tigers just landed a monster commitment at a position of need. Gabriel Reliford is coming home. The 4-star D lineman from Shreveport, Louisiana, just announced his commitment to LSU. We're going to break it all down here with the great Shea Dixon. But first, LSU fans, hit subscribe to the On3 Recruits channel. We are growing this page. We talk recruiting 365 days out of the year. So go ahead, hit subscribe for me, please. All right, let's bring on Shea Dixon from the Bengal Tiger to break it down. Now, Shea, Reliford, the number 6 ranked recruit in the state and 234th best player overall. He was committed to Texas A&M for some time. But what do you think was the turning point of this recruitment for LSU?
Look, I always said that I thought this would come down to official visits or in-home visits, meaning something that's happening in that final month before signing day. He had committed to Texas A&M in June. In July, LSU offered. So he had stayed loyal to that A&M staff. I think obviously one thing, Josh, you can point to is the staff shakeup at Texas A&M playing a part in this. But LSU buckled in after that offer. When I spoke to him the day he was offered, he said it was a dream offer for him as a Louisiana prospect. Then they get him onto campus for games this fall. Then they had him in for the official visit. So I think a combo of the changes in College Station, Josh, with the staff, and then them having him, his parents, whole family there for an official visit weekend. When he came out of that weekend, he announced, hey, look, I'm decommitted from A&M. I've got an announcement date set. And for me, the writing's certainly on the wall there.
Yeah, it was kind of all downhill from there at that moment. But let's just play a game of what if. You think if Jimbo stayed, do they still flip him from Texas A&M?
It's a great question. One, I guess, for the benefit to LSU fans, we'll never have to find the answer out to. But this was going to be a guy. Look, On3 has been so high on Reliford forever. We've had him in the top 100. We've got him as a top 10 lineman, a top 5 player in Louisiana. So I know Charles Power and the guys are very high on Reliford. So is LSU staff. They thought he was the best defensive lineman in Louisiana as a junior and senior. So to get him in at a position of need was massive. They weren't ever going to give up. But I think you have to point to Elijah Robinson being a big piece going to Syracuse as the defensive coordinator. That was his D-line coach. Then obviously the Jimbo to Mike Elko transition brings with it a whole new staff. I think that Reliford had familiarized himself enough with LSU, felt good about it, and decided to stay home.
Yeah, honestly, I think he was trending pretty hard towards LSU even before the dismissal of Jimbo Fisher. So I was trying to give you a layup there to say yes, they would have, but hey, you took it.
It could have gone either way, but okay, for fun, let's say yes. Why not? There you go.
All right, let's talk a little X's and O's now. What type of player is LSU getting in Reliford, and how do you see him fitting into that defensive scheme?
Look, I think, as I noted, I think he's the best defensive lineman in the state of Louisiana, and he's been electric as both a junior and senior. When you turn on the film, what pops is the obvious production. He's got sacks. He's got tackles for a loss. I think when you look at his frame and kind of where he could go at the college level, he's a D-end. And for LSU, that strong side D-end spot is one that we've seen a lot of guys have success at. And this past season, it was Savion Jones. They used a transfer in Paris Shand. But then they've got a 5-star in Deshaun Womack, who they played as a stand-up edge rusher and at D-end. Maybe Gabriel Reliford does a little bit of that. But I think more of a hand-in-the-dirt D-end, or if you stand him up at times guy, more than a defensive tackle or nose tackle in the LSU scheme.
All right, so that leads me to my final question. What is left on the defensive line for LSU between now and National Signing Day?
Yeah, LSU's been over 25 commitments now. Their goal was to be in the 25 to 30 range. So I think that they're there, Josh. If they can now, hold on to this class, get them across the finish line. You do have one JUCO defensive lineman committed in Sean Washington as a Louisiana native. So you've got a blend of high school and JUCO in here that they plan to sign on December 20th. The one guy we're watching right now is obviously Dominic McKinley, the other defensive lineman in Louisiana. He's been committed to A&M. There's been buzz around Texas. Does he make an official visit to LSU in the coming weeks? Acadiana is still in the state title run, so they're still playing football on the weekends. That makes it difficult for him, obviously, to make that visit. I think this one comes down to the wire. And then Terry Bussey is a guy who's told On3 he wants to wait for now until February. So in terms of early signing period, Josh, it's kind of just Dominic McKinley now.
All right, well, what a way to kick it off. About 2 weeks to go, but Gabriel Reliford, the number 6 ranked recruit in the state of Louisiana, is now an LSU Tiger. Shea Dixon from the Bengal Tiger, thank you for dropping by the Inside Scoop and breaking this one down.
Anytime, Josh.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed that content, be sure to subscribe to the On3 Recruits channel. We have a new page dedicated only to recruiting. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now.